What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Creator Show, your bi-weekly, behind-the-scenes look at some of your favorite Roblox games. I'm Jack in the Blocks, your guide, and we're doing something a little different this time. Normally I Skype someone in from far away, but this summer we have a ton of awesome Roblox interns here, and some of them have made really cool stuff. So we're doing something different, and we've got someone local. Joining me this week is the one and only Rukiryo.
Yep.
Yes. All right. Wave to the internet. There you go. There he is. Rukiryo is one of our interns. He's probably best known for Sword Art Online Burst, but he does a ton of things. Why don't you give people kind of like your spiel?
Okay. We got Pokemon. That was a big hit. It's still my most played game with getting close to 7 million visits. And then Sword Art Online is probably the most popular right now for sure.
Cool. How many games have you made like total?
I couldn't count that many.
All right.
I don't know.
More than you can count. All right. So like a nonillion games.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Somewhere there. You know, just a few. That's why he has Builders Club. All right. So as always in the Creator Show, we're going to be chatting with Rukiryo about kind of how he makes games, checking things out. We're going to be checking out his games, and towards the end of it, we're going to play with you guys. We actually have a cool special new dungeon to show off that he's been working on, and so you'll get to see that towards the end of the show. So stick around because we're going to be doing that. Let's jump into it. We'll get this going. For those of you guys who aren't familiar, Sword Art Online is based on the popular anime series, which is based on a video game or just about a video game?
It's about being stuck in a video game.
Okay. Aren't like all anime is about being stuck in a video game? Like between Summer Wars and Digimon and like... That was it.
That's all special, because if you die in the game, then you
die for real?
So
seriously?
It kind of makes it put a new twist on MMOs.
All right, very cool. You do kind of a lot of anime-based games. Is that kind of like your inspiration? How'd that come about?
Right. I mean, I'll look at things and I'll watch a TV show and I'll go, I really want to make a game out of that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, yesterday we saw Jurassic World, and when I got home, I wanted to make a dinosaur game. But my roommates are keeping me on track, which is good of them to do.
That's good. It's good. You can drop everything and make a Jurassic World game. By the way, go see Jurassic World, because it was pretty sick. Yeah, and it's our sponsored event this week, so go check that out. Awesome. Let's see here. Let's jump into some questions. If you guys want to ask or hear your questions, go ahead and put them in the Twitch chat or tweet them using hashtag Creator Show. We're curating them. They're getting fed to me, and I'm reading them out, so definitely go do that. Helps out the show. Name Gods wants to know what games you like to play outside of Roblox.
Okay, so I like open world games, I guess. So Minecraft definitely got a sale of that one. Just Cause 2 I'm a big fan of because you can just do whatever you want.
Nice, yeah, that's a good one.
Skyrim, again, another game you can do kind of whatever you want in. And basically, of course, RPGs.
Nice. Do you play a lot of MMOs?
I used to. I grew up addicted to MMOs. It's probably unhealthy how much I played, and then I kind of got into development. I thought one day, why don't I make one if I love it so much?
There you go, yeah. That's the only way to stop playing MMOs is to make your own. Yeah. Very good. Cool. So, like, when did you get started on Roblox?
September 2009, and my friend and I, we love to play A Pirate's Life. I don't know if you remember
yeah,
that one. That was definitely my favorite game. Still a great game. And I just started tweaking with scripts probably 6 months after I joined, and then it evolved from there.
That's really cool. So, like, one of the things I really like about Sword Art Online, which is what you guys are seeing on the screen right now, and oh man, mad props to the user who sent this in.
Manimus12?
Yes, Manimus12. Huge props for this. This is an excellent like montage of game footage that is making the show way more exciting, so that I'm not in here like a narb, like dying and fighting like the boars at the beginning of the world over and over again. But there's so many things in this game that are like unique. So you've got like your like cool GUI system, you've got all these custom animations. When you're making this, like, do you focus on things one at a time, or do you just kind of like chip away at everything?
With this game, I definitely focused on making the entire system that you'd play with first. So basically, I spent a month making the system, and then within 2 days adding content, and the thing was basically playable. And I did the first 2 maps myself, and then I had my friend Kaithor jump on board, and he said, I'll do the maps for you. And anyone that's played the game knows that he is probably one of the best, if not the best, builder on Roblox for making great worlds.
Yeah. And shout out to Kythor.
Yeah, huge shout out to Kythor. And then I've also got Kenzai666, who does the database for the game. He basically, anytime you report a weapon's overpowered, he'll put it in, he'll change it, he'll add new weapons in, and he does all that for me, which is great.
Very cool. How are we going? This is an easy one. People want to know where you're from.
I am from Ottawa, which, if you don't know, is in Canada.
Sweet. I was gonna say, where in Canada? That's over in the Ontario.
Yeah, it's in
area?
Ontario.
Yes, good. All right. I know my Canadas. We're bad about that in America. Awesome. I was gonna ask you dumb Canadian things, but I'll just avoid that. It'd be no poutine questions here.
I actually don't like poutine that much.
It's good for 2 bites. It comes out and it's warm, and you're yeah, and you go in, you're French fries, gravy, cheese curds. And then the 3rd bite in, you're just
right.
Okay.
I mean, I'm definitely
just so much.
I'm more of a syrup fan.
Okay.
Yeah, syrup's really good.
The syrup over there is intense. That's growing up in California, I was I thought I knew what syrup was, and I was I don't really like syrup.
Right. I mean, we still go cheap and get the Aunt Jemima going, but we still do like syrup.
That's it's a kind of a different experience. How there's honey, and then there's that KFC packet of honey, and sometimes you want that instead. Cheese versus cheese sauce, different. So yeah, so I totally get that. But that's awesome. Do the school systems work different in Canada? What you're in college now, but
right.
Did you go through what year in college are you at?
I'm attending Carleton University, and I finished my 1st year, and I'm doing computer science with a specialization in game development.
Nice.
And it's pretty much the same thing as far as I'm aware. I know that everyone in high school and below doesn't get out till the end of June, so I think people here get out earlier.
Oh, the Canadian viewers are still in school. I'm sorry, Canada. Yeah, America's out.
And we call grades 9 to 12, we call them that instead of junior, sophomore, senior.
You just go by
whatever
number.
those names are, we just go by the year, yeah.
Just keep it simple.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense. Awesome. Did you find that Roblox helped you in your college applications?
Not in my applications, but definitely in paying for it. That's been a huge one. And hopefully it will continue to help me do that for the next couple of years as well.
There you guys go. You were paying for Rukiryo's college education. Sweet. That. Did we already go through all these videos? No way. We're going back through. Yes. All right. So, yeah, what's the hardest part about an RPG specifically? Because when someone's making a platformer or something like that, it's kind of mostly level design and making sure it's challenging, but you've got a lot of different variables going on in here.
Right. The biggest problem with RPGs is when it's the content for sure, because if you look at other RPGs like Skyrim and stuff, they don't release the game with one town and then gradually release it in chunks, which is kind of that's kind of the Roblox following. That's what you do, is you just release chunks and updates to the game. But no RPG really does this, so that's definitely the hardest part there, is keeping content, because players will play through it way faster than you can ever make it.
Interesting. All right. Look at that. What helped you when you were getting started scripting? Did you find any tools wikis or videos in there that helped you out?
Right. In 2009 and 2010, the documentation wasn't as good as it is now. So you guys have all the tools you need to start learning. But I just modified scripts and gradually figured things out. And one day I kind of had an aha moment, and everything started making sense. And I mean, there's a lot of great tutorials you guys can go through now if you want to learn.
Sweet, yeah, definitely check them out. Are there any you recommend?
That I recommend? I mean, it's up to you. There's video tutorials. I don't like video tutorials. I prefer reading. But I think if I was starting out, video tutorials would definitely be a lot better.
Cool, yeah, you definitely got that. If you like reading, the wiki.roblox.com has a lot of stuff in there, including like lessons that you can try, so you can kind of actually feel it out. If you like video ones, I actually used Peace Pod's video tutorials. He kind of walks you through it out loud, so you're kind of like doing it in real time with him. And so if that's kind of more of your learning style, I recommend those, but definitely go check them out. Ooh, all right. So a lot of people are asking kind of about features coming out for Sword Art Online Burst. Are there any things you have planned for that game, or are you kind of working on other stuff at the moment?
Right. So that's definitely a big one, is that people are always telling me, fix this game, or fix this game, add to this game, update this game. That's definitely a big issue. So for Sword Art, the Floor 7 dungeon progress is pretty slow right now. We're looking at maybe doing another RPG when we have the time, because Sword Art's been really successful, and we want to take what was good in that game and put it into our own game. And the big challenge is making a game where we can give you guys more updates at a faster pace.
Very cool. Awesome. Going into your other games, so you mentioned Pokemon. That was kind of one of like the first big Pokemon games on Roblox, right? Kind of, what was the process doing that, and how is it like different from Sword Art?
Right. So there were a lot of Pokemon games, but they were basically just you had a tool and you'd send a Pokemon out. I don't know if you could even capture Pokemon really in the other games. And so I just figured I'll make a Pokeball that sends out a Pikachu and we'll see what happens. And that base plate alone, where you could just send out a Pikachu or a Rattata, I think, and just battle them, got to the front page back in 2011 or 2012. And so when that happened, I knew I definitely had to keep going with that game.
Very cool. Okay, we just got this great one from JRDude12, which asks, do your mom or dad get mad when you play video games all the time? Which kind of like to spend out, like, how do they feel about Roblox? Like, do they get like what you're doing?
I mean, after getting a California internship, they're probably very happy they let me play it all these years. But I don't know. I think that they were really supportive in the sense that they never told me to stop playing the computer, which has basically got me where I am now. But I mean, you also have to be really interested in how everything works and be curious and constantly want to know how things work. And if you do that, then you could end up where I am at some point.
Cool. So, like, we're seeing in the videos here, we're running through like a lot of boss battles in here. Are all these taken kind of like directly from the show? Are any of your like things kind of original concepts? And like, how closely is it following like the plot? Like, if you're a big Sword Art fan, are you like, oh, I remember this episode?
Okay, so the problem with the show is it kind of zipped through all 100 floors of the game in 12, not 100, or I won't spoil anything, but basically the show didn't show every floor.
Okay.
So we kind of had to fill in the blanks. The floor 7 is inspired by floor 47 or something like that. But here, this floor you're seeing right now, that one is inspired 100% from the show. But the other floors were original designs by Kaitor.
Very cool. So it's kind of like you're inspired by, it's in the spirit of Sword Art, but
exactly.
Not necessarily like doing it. Do you have any new projects that you're working on that like you want to tease out?
I definitely got the project that I'm working on during the internship, which I'm not going to talk about much now.
Right, yeah, I don't think we're supposed to.
Exactly, and I'd say that's basically it right now, because they keep me busy here.
Very good, yeah. It's hard work here to be a Roblox intern. Every time I come over there, I expect that they're just going to be like hanging out, and Sorkis is like looming over them, like telling them what to do. They're like in meetings all day. It's crazy. So this next question leads us into kind of the next part I wanted to show off, which is, are you going to use the new terrain tools for your game? Great question, Headless Horror. That's actually one of the things we wanted to show off, right?
Right.
Let's actually kind of jump into.
We're gonna jump into the game now.
Yeah, let's jump into the game.
All right.
We've been watching videos of it. We should jump in. Over there. There we go. So for those of you watching, you may have noticed there's a code in the bottom right corner of the screen that says Jack in the Dungeon. That code works in Sword Art Online. Right here, we're going to show you how to do it.
Right, so you just put the code in there. I know you guys have been begging me the past 24 hours for this code, so you just put it in there. It doesn't matter what case you put in. And you'll be brought to the new dungeon, which Kythor built in 2 days or something, which is crazy, and it uses the new terrain tool.
There we go. What's up, Ketchum? Ketchum's got that Roblox madness face.
I think he's one of the huge fans of this game as well.
That's awesome.
I've seen him before in this game.
Cool. Let's hit full screen on that thing. Good old teleport on full screens is.
Full screen? There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
That rock bowl. Do you do the modeling for the monsters yourself?
Some, but most of them I did not. I have my mob designer, WarPrince2313, and the mobs he makes are ridiculous. I don't know how you can make something like that. And so this map's using terrain. It's really nice. We've got a river over here. And smooth terrain looks really nice with water.
It's cool. There's a particle effects to get the waterfall going down. That's awesome.
That is awesome. And there's another one back here as well. And so
that looks great. Can you like? Oh yeah, let's look down into that canyon.
Down in the canyon. All right.
Oh, there's like it's not even just a bottomless pit. There's stuff down there. Oh, the rock bowl.
He's got me between the
crowding you.
All right.
Get off us, bro.
There we go. We can actually turn up the effects on the high, which just basically makes the explosions a lot cooler.
Did you have that shatter effect? Isn't like the new particles?
No,
custom?
It uses triangles.
Nice.
And so that's why I've definitely got a quality filter. And I know a lot of people play this on mobile, and on mobile it'll automatically turn the setting down so that you don't have to worry about getting intense lag on mobile. But the game probably is pretty intensive as it is on mobile.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I think someone just died.
So, yeah, that seemed like somebody's body parts falling down.
There's another rock pull up there. We're just gonna leave him to fall down there.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna get a shield on.
It's going.
All right, and so it's kind of like a crack in the wall here, and it goes into the cliff, I guess.
So, do you find it tricky to like balance your level up system and the enemies as you kind of progress further and further into the game?
I'd say that the hard part is keeping it so that it's not a grind, but that people have things to do, because in the game there's no quest system, so you basically have to grind to level up. So I have to give people something to do while they grind, which the crafting system is helpful with for those who enjoy it. Or there's clearing the dungeons, which is really fun if you do it with a party.
Cool. We got another question. Alidum612345 wants to know how old you were when you made your first successful game.
I think I was 14 or 15 at the time. So that was a pretty long time
ago. Was that Pokemon or?
I had a game called Wizardopia, which was really cool. You just picked this spell book, and then each book had 3 different spells, and they were totally different. Like Boulder was an ice one, and you'd turn into a ball and roll forward, which was really cool.
Very cool.
It was really unique because all the spells were different.
Cool. So I know we keep you busy, but do you find time to play other games on Roblox?
Right. I don't play too many Roblox games, even when I don't have, or when I do have free time, because I just like to develop for it when I play Roblox. But I definitely like to spend time in the game with the players after I release an update, just to make sure that everything's going well. Here, we got someone to help here.
Let's catch him.
Because this boss is gonna
team catch him.
I think I just hit him.
Yeah.
All right.
Here, I'm gonna take over for a second. We're gonna turn that in that loud music for you guys. There you go. It was too intense. Yeah, that's the sound effect for turning down music. Bloop. little Sonic the Hedgehog stuff.
Okay. We're almost near the end of it. And then we've got a cool kind of event sword to celebrate the show.
Sweet. So you guys are going to get to see a cool boss battle. That. The Pedro the Google wants to know who's your favorite developer on Roblox?
I really like Lando64000, the guy who made A Pirate's Life, just because every project he made was so cool for the time that he made it. And Pirate's Life is still a great game, even today. I find the concept's awesome.
It really is.
So he's the one who inspired me to start making games, so I'd say that he definitely gets my award for favorite developer.
Very cool. All right. Follow-up question, what's your favorite anime?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know, right? That's a tough question. What's your favorite? Let's narrow that down.
I can say Steins
What's your favorite,
Gate.
like kind of newish current one?
My favorite newish current one. All right, I haven't been up to date on the new ones very much.
Dragon.
Noah Zero is a really cool one. The new Sword Art Online season wasn't bad. And I think they just beat the boss, so we can kind of wait here and answer questions while we wait for it to respawn.
Got a huge party here. Shout out to all you people hanging out with us who presumably got in because they saw the thing. I assume you're all Twitch stream watchers. Oh, they're all excited that you're here now.
We can kind of demo the sword skill system, which isn't out to the public yet.
Oh, this is new? Wow, that was awesome.
And it lights up your sword and plays an animation, I think. Let's see if I have anything cool to do it with. Got the Buster sword here. I actually modeled this sword in 2011, and I've kind of put it in every RPG I've made since.
Nice. Dash forward and then backflip.
There's the boss. We'll just fight him with this. We're probably not going to get the drop because this is a weak sword.
Is the drop based on like who does the most damage?
It's you have to do a certain amount. He got it. You have to do a certain amount of damage to the boss to get the drop. That way you can't hit it once and then run. And then here's the new sword, just so you guys can see it. It says really cool rapier here.
Oh wow, that thing
looks pretty awesome.
That CSG.
I think it's actually pre-CSG. It's using
really?
spikes.
Oh, you're right. They're all just. So that's even harder work. So good job. Yeah. Wesley Marshall wants to know who your favorite Sword Art Online character is.
My favorite Sword Art Online character is okay. That is a tough one. I'm just gonna go with Kirito for that one.
Kirito. Sweet. I'm gonna agree. Because I don't watch the show. So yeah. Every time we do anime shows, I always feel like a total noob because I don't know which one they are. And I watch so much anime. It's just not any of the ones people make games of apparently.
Okay.
Can someone out there make a Kuroko's basketball game for me? Then I'll know all about it and we can have a more interesting show. Yeah. So, like, have you played any of the other, like, Sword Art Online games?
Yes, there's one I want to definitely bring up, which is one by Master of the Elements. His is almost like a Sword Art Online simulator. He's doing everything, like, exactly from the show, first person, so it's like you're actually stuck in the game. And I mean, it's pretty much ready to strap into a VR headset, how accurate the game is. And it's got... the floors are basically accurate to the show, and it's pretty awesome.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. Who made that again?
Master of the Elements.
Master of the Elements.
And I'm also passing my Alfheim Online game to him because I know a lot of people want me to continue it, and I don't have the time, and I couldn't think of anyone better than him to pass that to. So he'll be continuing that.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, we still got time. Do we want to show off do you guys want to see his Pokemon game? Because I kind of like it. I think it's kind of awesome. It was one of the first games I actually played when I started Roblox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Before you worked here? Or?
No, like when I was like exploring what Roblox is. When I saw that there was an opening here, and I was like, "What's Roblox?" Okay. And I went in here and I just started playing all the games. But then when I saw like Pokemon, I was like, "Oh yeah, let's see what you guys got."
The 2D edition or the 3D edition? We can go 3D.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see if I can find it. Oh no, I don't have a thumbnail for it.
Oh
This is
no,
gonna
the
be
new
tricky.
thumbnails. Yeah, it's
Or
going
the
to be.
game icons. Here it is. All right. We can take a look at this. It's pretty old.
Look at that. Still tons of people in here. Hanging out.
All right, so I've got. I guess I reset my data at one point to fix a bug. So I've got
Oh, so you only have a
Rukiryo.
Rukiryo?
All right, we can play from the beginning for a bit then. It should follow me. Maybe if we just give it a little kick, it'll come over here.
Kick your Pokemon.
I have no idea, so we're just gonna carry it with us. See, that one's trained. He knows how to follow his
Yeah.
master.
Yours doesn't obey. Did you get in a trade? Maybe you should get some badges.
That could be it.
And Nori wants to know, are you accepting user-made weapons for Sword Art Online?
I definitely accept user-made weapons. To do that, you can send me links to them, and I will add them if I find I have a place to put them. Usually floors have a theme, so a lot of the ones that are submitted to me are really nice, but they don't fit the theme of the floor.
Got it. What's the best way to submit stuff to you? Like Twitter, Roblox message?
I'm really busy, so just get it to me as many ways as you can. PM it, tweet it, do what you need to do to get in contact with me, and I will almost always see it.
There you go. Awesome. Do you know what your themes are ahead of time? Are you able to like throw that out there so people can make things closer to your themes?
I could, but I don't have any themes to declare at the moment.
You guys go. So just try everything. All right, let's take out this Caterpie.
I don't think this Chikorita is cooperating at all.
No, your Chikorita doesn't want to battle. It's a pacifist.
So Caterpie's
That
just
Caterpie's wrecking it.
it's gonna wreck me.
Cyndaquil will come save you.
Come on, Chikorita.
Nice, Mew.
So I guess it works for everyone else except for me, which I guess is,
Everyone else but the creator of the
I
game.
guess that's better than it only working for me and not for anyone else.
That's true, yeah. Oh man, someone's got a Ho-Oh.
Wow.
Oh man, this guy's showing off. He's dropping his Poke swag all over the floor. Look at all the legendaries.
All right, yeah, that is not working for me. I definitely need a better Pokemon.
There you go. Are you rocking an RDC shirt right now?
I am.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the Roblox down the back, but
Yeah.
the front's pretty spot on.
Yeah. Very cool. Let's check out the chat for a second. We're playing this. If you guys are just joining us, we're hanging out with the creator of Pokemon Reborn and Sword Art Online Burst, Rukiryo. He's one of our Roblox interns for the summer, so we're having a special creator show where he's here in the studio with me instead of on a Skype call way far away in Canada where he's from. If you have any questions for him, hit him up in the Twitch chat or on Twitter using #CreatorShow, so we can check that out. And if you want to jump in and play with us, we're currently in Pokemon Reborn. At the end of this, we'll probably jump back into Sword Art Online Burst and run through there and kill some dudes, run through some levels. You can try to catch us. It'll be awesome. Meantime, I'm going to go check out what you guys are saying in the chat while we go. If I can hear this. You guys talk so fast. Wow. What is the in-game code? So if you guys are seeing on the bottom right corner that code that says Jack in the Dungeon, if you go to Sword Art Online Burst and in that box right at the beginning where you can enter Twitter codes and such, you put that in there, it sends you to a brand new unreleased dungeon that Kythor made, that uses a smooth terrain, so it looks gorgeous and is awesome, and has a special dragon boss at the end that drops a really cool secret sword. So definitely worth checking out if you guys are fans of the game or the show, or just like RPGs in general. You definitely want to see that. It's very cool. Lots of people want to know more about your favorite games. We talked about that kind of at the beginning of the show, right. But I like talking about video games, so we can keep talking about that.
My favorite ones outside of Roblox?
Yeah, let's start with outside again.
Okay.
And we'll loop back.
I'll pick a different list this time. I love War Thunder. Anything plane related is always great.
Nice. Okay. The only like plane games I've ever played were like Ace Combat.
Okay, yeah.
Do you recommend
I tried some
War
of those.
Thunder?
War Thunder's. I found Ace Combat was a lot more arcadey, but War Thunder is. I guess it's more of a historical game instead of a modern one. There's no jets or anything. There's no modern jets in it.
Okay, so you like World War II era?
Yeah, World War II, and then a bit after that.
Got it.
And it's also got tanks, which I think it's probably more popular for now.
Nice. Tranquil Claws wants to know if you have plans to add animations to the enemies and bosses.
Okay, so I did that for the improved version of the engine, and it looked nice, except it went in the opposite direction where I wanted to go, because mobs then took, instead of like 20 minutes to make a monster, it took upwards of hours, just because you have to animate each one. Mm-hmm. And when people constantly want updates to the game, it's definitely better to just not animate them. If I had a bigger team, I'd definitely animate every mob though.
Okay. So if you guys are really good at mob animation, you should contact Rukiryo, because he doesn't have the bandwidth for it. But that brings up a good follow-up question. Like, what are some of the things that you kind of have to like sacrifice in order to like get a game kind of out there and keep it constantly updated? Was there anything else that you like wanted to put in the game, but you're like, I'll never get this done if I do?
Definitely. I mean, Sword Art Online, the show had 100 floors, and I'd love to do that, but I think if I did that, it would end up being one of the biggest RPGs ever made in general. And I definitely couldn't convince anyone to make 100 floors for the game, so sorry guys, that's not going to happen. Definitely not 100 floors. I'm not sure how many we'll end up going up to though.
Very cool. Here's a really dangerous question that I'm going to ask anyway, from Demiskius. Who's your favorite Roblox admin?
I mean, I've got an ad. No,
yourself.
Let's see. My favorite admin? I mean, Luke was definitely one of my favorite admins for sure. Before I came here, he was one of the only admins that I really knew somewhat about. And
Luke's got that like starting from the bottom that we hear kind of like thing going. So yeah, that's a good answer. It's almost like the best answer. He like those people. So all of you out there who are like huge Roblox fans, and maybe you're getting started making games and you're like, man, I want to work at Roblox. That's totally a possibility. Like, it's happened. Like, that's what Stickmaster Luke is doing. Even like the interns here, they technically kind of like work for Roblox. It's technically kinda, right? You're here, you're making that Roblox money. We pay them in Robux. It's not real. It's a fake job. The Unnoticed Noticed wants to know what your favorite sword is in Sword Art Online.
Okay, that would have to be the Midnight Excalibur, I guess, which is my custom sword in it, and it's my custom sword because I like the way it looks a lot.
Nice.
So yeah,
so only you have it?
Yeah, only I have that one.
We should definitely go back in the game and check it out.
We should look at that afterwards too. All the developers for the game who pour hundreds of hours into the game get a custom sword for themselves.
That's very cool. That's a cool incentive. The Dev Birdie wants to know, what's your favorite food to eat for lunch?
Definitely hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs or grilled cheese for sure, and pizza.
Grilled cheese. That's nice.
Basically.
What about like dinner? Is it different for dinner?
Right. So, living down here,
Supper.
I have been buying a lot of hot dogs as well. Gus Manak likes to cook, which is good.
Okay, good. That's the other thing worth noting. So, a bunch of the interns who are all like Roblox developers. So, Rukiryo, Gus Manak and Zolarketh from Apocalypse Rising.
Arceusinator as well.
Arceusinator, who does Tiny Tanks.
Even Luke as well.
And Stickmaster Luke are all like hanging out in the same house. They're like the real world, but it's Roblox. And they all hang out. That was like way too dated of a reference for you guys.
I think so.
I don't know what a Big Brother. It's like Big Brother, but no one gets voted out.
There we go. I mean, if someone crosses the line, we can maybe vote
you can vote them out. Send them packing.
Yeah.
So when you're not developing, so this is from Potato Balls. When you're not developing, what's your favorite thing to do on Roblox? Are you like big into trading or like?
I do not trade whatsoever, but I really don't know. I like to drive cars on Roblox. Those are definitely a lot of fun.
Some of those are awesome. Have you seen any cool like recent driving games? I know there've been a few that like popped up recently that are pretty awesome.
You know, like those city or those country groups that have basically capital cities and stuff. I love to buy expensive cars there and then just speed and just be chased by their hired police forces. That's pretty fun.
Nice. I like to go into like Tropico or Pacifico and roll through. It's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, then they'll arrest you and you can hop into another country. It's pretty fun.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Kawaii808 wants to know, what is your favorite script that you've made?
Okay, that's a tricky one because when you make a game, there's definitely like potentially dozens of scripts, but favorite individual script I made, that is tough. Definitely, I'll say one of them is I have a car system right now that I really like, and it works on controller, so I'm quite proud of that.
Cool. Saying the code in the chat. Very cool. Awesome. Cool. So we're getting towards the end. Let's jump back into Sword Art Online and maybe just like tool through there. You can show some swords. Maybe we can go through some stuff. You guys got, if you were watching from the beginning of the show, you kind of saw like a montage of some of the bosses and dungeons. But why don't we actually just kind of like speed run through it for a while?
I just want to check something there. Huge shout out to everyone playing because I'm pretty sure the game
is like on the front page
on
right
the
now.
front page.
That is nuts.
So the goal is to beat dodgeball right here.
That'd be
so
great.
Make
like,
sure that you guys just don't leave.
Yeah.
Like if you have to go eat, just stay in game.
Stay in game, yeah. And if you guys are over here in Twisted Murder, can you just like get out of it and head over to Sword Art Online?
All right, and we're gonna shout link start because you can enter. People were doing that for roleplay value, so I made it an actual thing where if you shout that, you can enter the game.
That's awesome. Another one. What's your favorite book or book series?
Hunger Games is definitely awesome.
Yes.
I read Artemis Fowl when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
My all-time favorite would have to be Harry Potter for sure.
Okay. Our series is pretty excellent. I'll agree with all of those.
We can show this is the Midnight Excalibur here. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
People are definitely going to ask what the stats are, so we might as well just show those here. 32 attack, 60 health regen, and 2 speed. So for everyone who's been asking me forever, there you go. And we can.
How does that compare to like?
Right. Do I have a council? Okay, so it's pretty much the same stats as one of the best swords in the game right now.
Okay.
So if I've ever beat you in a fight, no, it was not hacks.
Because you're OP.
It was it was the skill.
It was the skill.
It was the skill.
Assuming that they've got a council.
Yes. Like if I kill this guy here,
if you kill that guy,
it might
then
not be
it's
skill.
just yeah.
Okay. All right, where should we go? We got plenty of floors here.
Let's head into. So I've only been to floor 1.
Okay.
So let's start with 2 and go on.
Floor 2. So you didn't fight anything then?
No, you're right. I must have gotten to floor 2 then.
Okay.
I did fight those little guys.
We can jump into 3. Yeah, floor 2 is pretty.
Right. Okay.
big.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. This is the zone I started in, chopping at the little wolf things for like a long time. It's nice to have you on the show because we always want to do these things on the next level, and because they take so much time to like level up and get into, like we don't have time. Like in 10 minutes, no one's gonna like get a good vibe for the game. So all right, so we're in like a swamp level, rocking the orcs.
I think that one's actually glitched, so we're gonna pretend that didn't happen and find another one.
Let them all hack at the statue of an orc for a long time.
So yeah, this is a pretty different floor. It's a lot darker than the other floors. It's got a cool tunnel.
Very nice. Have you been adding any of the new like additions into Roblox? Like we saw the smooth terrain and particle effects in the new level, but have you gone back in any of these and added anything like particle effects to stuff? Or
I mean, in an ideal world where we had the time, we'd love to. We just don't have the time to do that. And we'd rather work on new content, of course.
Totally. Yeah, I can understand that. Is that like one of the challenges is balancing like keeping your current games like up to date and working on new projects?
People can get pretty mad at you when you don't update old games, and then you got to tell them that you can't really do anything about it because you want to work on new ones.
Right.
So we're just going to jump right into this huge tower here.
Sweet.
It's not actually that big though, so don't worry. We have time.
Rolling with this guy.
Gotta invite him to a party if he'll stop moving.
Vert night, something night.
We can get him.
Bro, team.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then he should accept it. There we go.
Yes. Vexter Knight. You're on the show, bro. We got people asking about like specific things. People are like sort of online nerding out here, which is great. Love it. So people are asking about the Dark Repulsor, and the Elucidator, and the Coat of Midnight.
Right. Those are all things that the main character in Sword Art Online had.
Got it.
Which is why I want to add them. I just don't know when to add them. Because if I add them and then I put more content after it, is there going to be better weapons than the coolest ones from the show? So it's kind of tricky to put in.
True. So like, where does your game kind of fit like canonically with the show? Like, would this be
inspired for sure, but
yeah.
A lot of it doesn't match up. The UI was based off of it, but it's kind of hard to make all the UI. This show was pretty huge. We're gonna let these guys chase the golems and walk right through. Wow. Okay.
Shoot.
And another boss room made by Kythor.
Nice.
Really
like
cool.
Arena.
Don't tell me it's glitched. This is the floor people have issues with. I do not know what's wrong with this one.
Invincible enemies.
I think that sometimes exploiters will find ways to make mobs somehow not have health, but I will fix that. And so I'm not sure where the boss is. I think they just killed it, so he'll be back in a bit. So we can head on to the next floor if you want.
Sure, yeah.
All right. The ice floor is really cool.
Nice. How well does your teleport to friends function work?
Okay, it works really well if you know your friend's user ID.
Okay.
And then the problem with the, usernames is Roblox didn't have an API for something we needed, and so when I got here, I told someone, and they said, yeah, we're going to add it.
Okay.
Which is great.
So it's going to get even better.
Exactly.
Interesting. Very cool. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking that. It's really locked to user ID numbers because of your ability to change your name.
I didn't do that just to be mean. But no, the game supports name changes because when it saves your data, it uses your user ID.
That's cool.
And this thing's going to jump on us here.
Nice.
Oh, that's one of the swords from the new dungeon right there. There we go.
That one? Oh, wow, that's sick.
And then this floor here was actually one of the only floors not made by Kythor. And this one was done by Kenzai666. And this is a really nice floor. It's got the fog and everything in it.
Very cool. And shout out to Kempton CJ, who's watching the show right now. Oh, they think you're fake on there. If you're watching the show, you know he's not fake.
I know that Mirali or Saranok, I forget which one of them, but the other day they had us join a game, and it was called Hangout with Interns, and it would spawn a second version of you that would walk around the map, and it was fun because people wouldn't know which one was actually you. So that was pretty cool the other day, and then people would be screaming at the fake version of you, which was pretty funny.
That's awesome. I want one of those, like, all the time for when I enter games. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've noticed it when you go into Sword Online.
Yeah,
since you have a mob of people following
me. They're just going to the same place. They don't know who I am.
That dude knows. Moonwalking straight up into the place.
I mean, this is
this is awesome.
Really awesome dungeon. And it's cool because at first the game was so small, and then when you go back and play through it all, you realize how big the game is. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Light effects. All right. Frozen Guardians.
I should probably put a second sword on so I do some more damage. Do that.
Are any of the swords like so big you can't dual wield them?
Yes. Great swords or two-handed swords are too big to dual wield. And those ones have a different animation as well. Mm-hmm. I just recently put in an animation update so that depending on what combination you have, you'll have different animations. Like two daggers has a cool new animation. And then there's also spears, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, how much work do you put into all the animations? Because that's one of the kind of most impressive parts of this is that like every weapon has different animations. And I don't know if people are like watching closely like when you do it, but those aren't just two swords that are like clipping through each other.
No, it goes
like
it's a
you
bit
go bottom
slower.
first, top. It's like it's fast, but they're like, it's legit. Like they're aware of each other's space and not
I think
overlapping.
people are telling me to go this way.
Helping you through your own game.
All right, so I'm not following him anymore. That could have been a trap. All right, we're gonna go this way. Nope.
Nope.
Maybe someone can guide us. I haven't done this maze.
Where should I go?
Follow. Okay, we've got someone that's
Just to remind you guys, you're here with the game's creator, Rukiryo, lost in his ice maze.
That's how good it is.
All right, this guy looks like he knows.
Whoa. Here we go. Okay,
Nice.
that is a lot
Wow.
more confusing than I remember. Then we kind of got these doors here that lead to another hallway.
There you go. Oh, here's that ice staircase. There was a shot of this in the montage video. It was very cool.
Yeah, it's a really tall staircase. Half the challenge in this dungeon is getting up this thing without giving up or falling. Oh, that was close.
Oh, yeah. Someone's gonna bump you off at some point.
Almost there.
Lord of Watermelons wants to know, donuts or cookies?
In Canada, we have this place called Tim Hortons, and they make amazing donuts, so I'm going with donuts for that.
Okay. What's your favorite thing at Tim Hortons? Like regular donuts, or do you prefer Timbits, or?
You know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So definitely regular donuts, Boston cream.
Okay.
We have one on campus, and during exams, I had probably 2 donuts a day, which is great for morale, awful for health.
Yeah, we don't really, California's not like a big donut place. It's starting to. There's like kind of cool, like trendy donuts, but like that Dunkin' Donuts / like Tim Hortons kind of like style of donut place is like not around here. That's totally like an East Coast and like
an East Coast
thing. So doing that, but we have better sushi probably. I don't know. If you guys want to ask questions like that are unrelated specifically to Sword Art Online Burst, definitely send them in. I like asking them silly stuff. Being over here, how often have you like come to California before you did this internship?
I went to San Diego once a few years ago.
That's where I'm from.
Okay, and I went to the zoo.
Okay,
it's very cool.
It's a cool zoo.
It was a really awesome zoo, and then I can't remember. Trying to think of any other time I've been here. RDC West for sure.
Okay, right.
That was very cool. I won't be going to RDC East, but you guys who know what that is should definitely go. If you got an invite, that was.
Yes, yeah, they are invited.
Yes, you do need an invite.
Currently right now we're doing National Maker Fairs going on in DC right now. We have a few more of those happening this summer, so definitely check out blog.roblox.com.
Josh went to the one in DC right now.
Yeah, Defaultio's over there in DC right now. If you guys want to meet people like Rukiryo in person, the Maker Faire events are currently like the best way to do that. We have people sign up, they get to hang out. You can hang out there with them. If you like to make things on Roblox, we set up space and you can show it off and do it there live. It's pretty cool. They're fun events. And a bunch of us are there too. So if you want to meet admins, we're also there, but we're less cool. So has there been anything like in California that's like new that you haven't experienced before that you like? Like when Nex came on, we made him drink a boba tea.
I saw that
on air. I don't know if there's anything like that you haven't seen before that you're scared to try that will force you to do live sometime.
Right. This isn't necessarily something that isn't in Canada, but I just never had Taco Bell before.
Okay.
And there happens to be one near the apartment, and it is really good.
You got quite a big 99-cent menu to work through.
Oh yeah, it's great. And we eat out sometimes, a lot of times. Subway as well. I didn't really eat Subway till I got here. So you try you eat out a lot more and try new places when you don't have someone to make food for you.
Yes, yeah. That's awesome. So we got 5 minutes left of this before we wrap up. So I'm going to start saying our thank yous to everybody. I want to thank Rukiryo for coming on the show. Super awesome. So great to have someone here live who can actually play the game for me, so I don't have to sit here and be lame at it, because I always am. I want to thank Kythor,
yeah.
who's been making your levels. He was hanging out with us earlier, showing off his level before the show. So that was awesome. Mad props to our montage video creator. Dang, forgot it again.
Manimus 12. We gotta remember Kenzai666 as well.
Yes.
Huge player in this game.
So huge shout out to everyone who's helped create the games that we're checking out. It's so awesome. Huge thanks to all of you who are hanging out with us in the Twitch chat. There's a ton of you. There's still 3,200 people in here.
Wow.
It's nuts. It's super great. Let's do a bunch of shout outs for you guys. I want to know who your favorite anime character is from any anime. Say the character and then the anime they're from. Start saying it in the Twitch chat. We'll give some shout outs as Rukiryo busts some fools up in Sword Art Online Burst right now, and we wrap up this show. This double blue and green sword animation thing is dope as heck.
I think this guy over here.
Yeah, he was rocking it too.
Yeah, he's one of the other admins. He's
so
more
many
of a
Narutos. Magic Puppy says Kirito. Sporty likes Kahlua from Hunter x Hunter. Noegg likes Naruto. Mega Moken likes Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. I just want to butcher all these names. Dragon Fury likes Goku from DBZ. Leetard likes Ash Kutum. I'm gonna assume that was Ketchum from Pokemon. Nerd out. No one's saying any of the ones from the dumb shows I like. Kruggy Live likes Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's a good one. And another great anime game on Roblox. Really impressed with that one too. What we got over here? Teisu, Tatsuya. Lots of Gokus. Aimu from Is This a Zombie? All right, that's a good reference. Nice. All right, lots of anime fans in here. All you weeaboos. Hearts to the weeaboos. We got on here. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this. I know you guys have been asking for Sword Art and Pokemon games since we started this show. It's been like the whole time you guys have been doing it, and I finally found someone who makes both of those and brought him on here. So I hope you guys like that. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of The Creator Show. If you guys have requests for people you want to see, hit us up. Tweet at Roblox using hashtag Creator Show with your requests. I definitely take a look at those and we check those things out. So if you've got favorite games you want to see, they're all lining up for a selfie, or just favorite developers, even people who make like machinima or cool projects that aren't necessarily games, we definitely highlight that too. So let us know there. Make sure you're following us on all our social media channels. We are at Roblox on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All of those have different content. All of them have contests that let you earn prizes and Robux, so you definitely want to be following them. Blog.roblox.com for all of your news and alerts on new features, other bigger contests, and things like maker fairs where you can meet people like us and hang out with us, as well as, and then finally, and most importantly, hit that follow button on Twitch. If there's a purple heart down in the bottom of the left screen, hit that. It'll follow us. You'll get alerts for when we go live, and you'll get us closer to 100K. We are on the road to 100K followers, and when we get there, there will be a code for a special item for your character on Roblox that is so cool that I'm not allowed to tell you about it yet, but it's really awesome and radical, and you're gonna super want one because it's something that you guys have been wanting for a while that hasn't made a comeback. It's been over a year since you've seen one of them, and I really want to give it to you. So let's get to that 100K. I think that wraps up all the housekeeping that we had to do. Again, I want to thank Rukiryo for showing up here, taking time out of his super busy day because we overwork our interns to an insane degree. I want to thank all of you guys for hanging out and watching us. I'm Jack in the Blocks. Hit us up next Wednesday for a special episode of The Next Level. I won't be here, but we're letting the interns run the show. So it might go terribly, or it might be the best show ever.
Either way, it'll be the best show ever.
Yeah, like either one of those, I won't be coming back. But let's hope it's somewhere in between. But yeah, I think it's gonna be super awesome. We're gonna give them full reign, so that'll be crazy. And that's it. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. Shout out to everyone getting selfies over here. Nice. You're all looking fly. All right, we're gonna leave that there. Peace out, everybody.